Hi, welcome back to Storehouses of Heaven Bible Study with me, Mary Cremo. We left off, we're going to start off, I should say, in Genesis 3, chapter 14, and it'll go through 15, just the two verses. The Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock, and above all beasts of the field. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." Now, this has two meanings that a lot of people like to put in there. Some say that this is, literal. Some say it is the serpent. Satan. It can be both. Just so you know, two things can be true at the same time. So, if we're taking God literally, remember, demons can possess animals, like the story of Jesus casting out the demons from the man into the pigs, which is a whole nother thing, and we will talk about that later. So cursed are you above all livestock and all beasts of the field. So God is talking about how, he was created as a beast. Now, if it is Satan that is strictly taken this whole curse, then you're going to look at it from this perspective. Satan's been kicked out of heaven. He is eating the dust of the earth. He is no longer having the heights, the joy, the wonder, the glory that he used to live in. He is now cast down into the earthly realm, out of heaven. And then this is always considered a prophecy. It's the first prophecy in the Bible, actually. So it's a curse and a prophecy wrapped up into one. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. That there is, Satan and woman are always at war. You still see it today. There's a war on women. There will always be a war on women, from just trying to keep women shush, shush, shush in a corner. And, a lot of the Sharia law has women covered from head to toe. They show their face. They can have acid thrown in their eyes. And a lot of women have had that happen. They're blinded. That's just in one little corner of the world. So many women, there's the whole transgenderism in sports, where women are losing their ability to be free to compete as women amongst their equals and peers. So yes, Satan is trying to destroy women at all times. And her offspring is Jesus that they're talking about here. He will bruise your head, meaning he's going to conquer forever sin and death and hell. Forever. And Satan shall bruise his heel. That is, where he basically, he lashes out, he hurts him. He has him crucified. That's a pretty big deal. And in crucifixion, a lot of times it is said, and there's archaeological proof, that the heel, so say this is your foot, okay? Toes, the heel. This is where the nail spikes would go, right in the heel, right in that big ball of your foot. Not the ball of your foot, but like this part, but that large part where it's I forget the name in the anatomy, but it's that part that connects to the ankle but is below it. So so that is the bruising of the heel. And Jesus conquering forever sin and death, that is him crushing Satan's head. But also you can look at it this way. If it is the literal serpent, he is, I imagine that serpents were probably winged, almost definitely had legs. I mean, you look at things like salamanders and iguanas and all these things. They had they have legs. They were able to run around and not have their stomach on the ground. But so snakes, their belly is in the ground, on the ground. They're probably always eating dirt no matter what they're having to eat. And all the days of their lives. So for as long as snakes go. And I'll put enmity between you and women. Well, most women hate snakes. Very few of them like snakes. Some do. But they are the exception. And between your offspring and her offspring, there shall be enmity, which means clashing. I should have explained that. Because not everybody knows that word. Enmity means a friction, a hatred, and back and forth, a fight forever. Well, enmity is not a fight forever, but it is a fight. And so all of the snake's offspring, yeah, they're going to, so if you're thinking about it from the Lord saying it's a snake, they're going to just basically say, I'm going to try to strike at you, but the woman is going to be able to crush and kill the snake's head. Chop it off, take it, and there are some very crazy stories I've heard about all of, women taking out snakes and chopping off their heads, and, the mouth still tries to snap and kill whatever is, has already severed it from the body. So those are some pretty interesting thoughts. And so it could be one, it could be the other. It most likely is both. I always believed that it was both. It is the literal snake and it is Satan, who is referred to as the snake. I do not believe that it is one. I think it is both of them working in unity and both being cursed and having the exact same curse put upon them. I could be wrong. I've never heard anyone else say that. But as I'm saying here, I literally am taking God literally at his word. And if you do, it actually becomes a much more interesting situation, especially in Genesis and in the New Testament. Taking God literally at his word is pretty epic. It's pretty epic. So that is where I'm going to leave it today, because I want to do the next, God having to mete out punishment to Satan and then Eve. So, I'm sorry, Eve and then Satan. So first one to sin, Satan. Next one to sin, Eve. And next one to sin is Adam. So they each get cursed in, or disciplined, if you will, in that order. Satan, Eve, Adam. And yeah, so God knew what he was doing, and he had already planned for the future. He planned for Jesus coming, and he was like, well, that's going to happen. And so therefore I'm making the world to head in that direction where everything will crescendo in the salvation of the world, and then it will crescendo again with, again, the salvation of the world. So it's just Jesus' second coming. So his first coming, becoming a baby, flesh and blood, and then the return as a mighty, warring, conquering hero. So those are all really awesome perspectives, and I apologize, but I'm very tired and I'm not as where I want to be with communicating what I want. But I appreciate your patience with me and bearing with me, and I hope that you are blessed.